um, and I'm gonna be doing a commentary on pretty much everything,
What do you see?
all the way from the movement system to the storytelling to the quests, and it all starts with the tutorial. So from the get-go, it's very light, very brief, that it tells you how to move. They can make it brighter, bigger, and do a time delay to make it last longer. And then you come up these stairs and you gotta prevent getting breathed on by fire. And then it doesn't tell you how to jump or really anything like that until he gets up here. But if you just run and just jump, you don't even need to press triangle to jump. You can just make it. And then it wants you to come over here and wait, stand back. But if you're fast enough, you can just run right through. And then it wants you to crouch down here, press triangle to jump, and then you follow this path here. Now when you get here, you've got two choices that you can either go the blue path, which is the storm cloaks, and then you can go the path of the Imperials, which is the first door. First door is the path of the Imperials. You know, those are the people who wear the red armor. And I'll do a breakdown on each one of these.
We should keep moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
Then you come over here.
There you go.
They'll cut the ropes off you.
There should be plenty of gear to choose from.
Everything has an input action. The X, press X to take Iron Sword. That's an input action that is coded in, just like the searching the chests and picking items up.
That thing is still out there.
As for the beginning stuff they give you in the game, it's really, honestly decent. We're not going to put any weapons on because we're not using any weapons. We're just going to use our unarmed attacks. Now the inventory system, it's all done through UI. It's very legible, easily seeable. You got your skill tree. You got your items, which is your inventory, weapons, apparel, miscellaneous, keys, etc. And then you got interactive objects where you like go up to them, press the objects, and then the animation plays through. And see, like, unarmed attacks is just hands down amazing.
Let me see if I can get that door open.
A lot of people won't take a bunch of stuff because they don't want to be overweight, but like, it's useful. I'll be showing you the loop that I do once I get through the tutorial. And you know, the lighting effect pulls in the dust particles, the debris, the animation playing for the wall collapsing.
What are you doing? We need to get. What was that?
They've got a pretty straightforward tutorial. There's things they could have done better, like for instance, they could like press this to block when you're actually doing it. Everything pretty much being lootable, that's a reward system for the game design. They want you to have some form of satisfaction in
this way.
playing the game, because if you loot a bunch of stuff and you don't get anything, then it's no fun. Then you got the combat system.
What are you doing?
You
Bad.
happened along.
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in this cave.
I'm on your side.
I just kill everyone in here just cause.
Grab the can and let's.
All loot is valuable loot. It's all stuff that you can sell. And then the lockpicking mechanics in this, like, I think they could have done a lot better. I think they could have had a little bit more puzzle and mystery to it. They could have added, like, different tumbler effects, stuff like that. Personally, like, being a game designer myself, like, I know how hard creating this stuff is. I understand. And so, like, not everything's going to be perfect, because nobody's perfect. No one game is perfect.
Where in Oblivion are we
Like,
supposed to
they
go?
could have made
What's
Skyrim
the way out?
multiplayer. Right there, it could have made it better. They could have added in, like, store systems where, like, people can start their own stores, sell items. Like, if somebody wants to just be a blacksmith, they just want to make stuff, then they can do that. Now I'm carrying too much to be able to run, which, the coding behind that, like, it's intense. Like, you gotta do and booleans, it's not booleans. You gotta code in the max weight, the current weight, the weight increase. There's so much that you gotta code into it. And then each item is in a catalog that weigh a certain amount, do a certain amount of damage based on booleans and integers and, like, all that stuff that break it down, so that way it will increase upon being sharpened and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop 2 of those.
Someone there?
See, like I said, just doing this
All right.
unarmed combat, simplest, easiest way to get started, especially with the Khajiit. If you do it with any other character, well, it's not that easy. The Khajiit has claws, that's why it's so much more beneficial. The enemy AI path detection, the enemy AI attacks, the damage, it's all a bigger part of a system. course, Hadvar is slow and he's just now catching up. But it is what it is. Now, right here is where you can take advantage of a I want to say it's a glitch or a cheat. It wasn't intended for that purpose, but you can increase your sneak infinitely by simply going here, going into your settings, not settings. It is gameplay, turning your difficulty all the way up to legendary. And then, because this is going to be easier to do with a dagger, get him to come right back over here. I like to get myself up to level 12 because that's when the soul stealer arrows start appearing. And you can just sneak, get right up here on him. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes it works flawlessly, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on how you're positioned, how you do it, where he's standing. And then I instantly like to do a level up, put it into stamina, so that way you can carry more. And then you come over here to sneak, you just make yourself that much harder. And then increase in sneak is just super quick. Don't have to worry about killing him because he's already on legendary mode and you're just using a simple iron dagger. And I believe it's like level 72 sneak in order to be like level 12, level 13. So this is a little thing you can do to get points and everything in the beginning very easily, very quickly. You can get sneak all the way up to 100 in like 5-6 minutes tops. And it's not that he has less health because he's on legendary. He's just that much more resilient. He like actually has more health, and so it looks like you're not doing much damage, but you're doing the same damage as if you were just on novice. Except for you're gonna have to stop a lot more because you're gonna be doing a lot more damage, especially like if you put a lot of points into sneak. I don't tend to put a lot of points into sneak unless I'm gonna be doing like a pure stealth playthrough. Sneak up to 72. So it's not 72. It might be sneak 74. Yeah, sneak 74 is level 12. And then I'll just come through and, because I have 10 perks, I'll find the sneak. Put them into there. Get that one. I'll get I'll do the silent roll. The silence. And then I'll do this one, and then I'll do the one with the bows. We'll go ahead and unlock silversmithing. We'll go ahead and get one more level. So sneak to 78 will bring you to 13. And then we'll go ahead and we'll put it into health. And then we're going to drop it into alchemy. Because during the loop, I'll show you why I put that other point into alchemy. Now, do not forget to go back into settings and the gameplay. Turn your settings back to normal. Go to grab the bow. Kill the bear.
Not the snaking type, huh?
And that's a tutorial for you. And so with the tutorial, you know, they could have
This looks like the way out.
put more path interjections, more movement tutorial, how to jump, like without taking damage or something, but how to jump, how to sneak, and roll. They're gonna teach you how to like pull up your inventory, how to equip your weapons, how to draw your weapons. I'm not doing survival mode. That's just a headache I don't want to deal with right now. I'll do that in a later series. I will come over here and I'll get heavy armor right away because I like heavy armor. And I'll explain the logistics behind that when I get there.
Not.
You picked a bad time to get lost.
This guy's wearing all iron armor, which is all heavy armor. Which I'm going to take. I'm going to equip it. And looky there, I'm not even overweight. Because of all those points that I put into stamina. And this damn spider. Been lightly poisoned, but that's okay. And then part of the story progression, you're going to make your way to Riverwood to talk to Hadvar. Now the scenery and game design, like building out the landscape, placing the trees, placing the rocks, building your world out, like it's not as easy as everyone would think. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be a simple, easy project because like it's something that I know how to do, and um, raising and lowering terrain, stuff like that. Trying to do it all by myself, it wasn't feasible. It wasn't like, and so I started using stuff in Unreal Engine that allowed me to get those high res assets and be able to place them in, so I didn't have to manually create my mountains and have to hand sculpt the trees and individually place all the rocks and the foliage when you have paint mechanics where you can paint in large clusters of trees and go and place little small trees. The water effects, um, getting the running water. It's not that easy. Well, it's easy to place it, yeah, but it is easy to get those particle effects and to get whether the water is so cold where you start losing health or if that it hinders your movement. And so like everything has a input action. The attack, it's an input action binded to a key or a controller. Um, Everything has a on hit. If it's hit, if it's not hit, what happens if it is hit? Does anything happen? More tapinalia. And then the ingredients, like setting up where they spawn, how they spawn, if they spawn there, if it's a non-spawnable zone.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What?
And then, like,
It
the
was
logistics behind killing a chicken in a town, like, being like the ultimate sin in Skyrim, like,
If you keep on
I have
like this,
no
I'm gonna
clue
tear
what
you
that's
apart.
about. It's kind of funny,
I've got better things to do than
I
listen to
think.
all your fantasies.
You'll see. It was a dragon.
Actually, yeah.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking
No,
for
I'm
anyone
not
willing to fight
interested
against
in
the
fighting
growing power
vampires
of
just
metal.
yet. That's not what we're
Secret.
doing.
We have company.
Then you talk to
And every day we
Alvor,
get visitors and
ask
of
him if
course.
he's got any
What's all
supplies
this
you
about?
can take.
What are you two doing here?
And just take everything because he lets you. Why not?
What? A dragon? In
Progress through the
strange
storyline. He'll
I
ask
saw
you
earlier,
to go to
flying
Whiterun
down
and
the
talk
valley
to
from
the
the south.
Jarl.
I was a dragon. The Jarl. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that, I see no. The grinds. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to.
Huh?
And then I'll come over here to the Riverwood Trader. This is an NPC. It's a shopkeeper. Stocking the shop with items.
I don't know what you... Take a look.
Setting stuff to have a sale price, whether your speechcraft is good, if your speechcraft is bad. And I am just going to sell him all the weapons because I'm not using them except for a longbow because I will use it occasionally. We'll go ahead and sell the belted tunic, the foot wraps. We'll sell all but one fur boot, all but one gauntlet. We'll sell both of the shields. So all but one, all but one. We'll keep one. Keep those for disenchanting. Sell the ragged robes. Sell the tunic. Keep the rings. Sell all but one cuirass. Keep the hood. And then, because you'll need it from him later on, doesn't cost that much, so just go ahead and buy it.
I better get back to cleaning the store.
Because you'll need the straw for the Golden Hills plantation. Go ahead and take all these free ingots.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
Then let's
May
come
the
over
gods
here
watch over your
and
back.
see if he needs any help around the
Yes,
forge.
actually.
This
How
will
about
teach
you
you
smith me an iron
the basics
dagger?
of
Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead.
smithing. He supplies everything that you need, so you don't have to use your own stuff. Then you come over here, interact with the forge, find iron because you know you're making an iron dagger. Go down to iron dagger,
That's a decent weapon you've made there.
create it, come back to him,
Whatever you need.
tell him
Not
here's
bad,
an iron dagger.
but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there.
A little bit of metal on the grindstone. Everything's pretty straightforward in this. Is there a way they could have made this better? What do you think?
You looking for a new ironer? This looks good. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack.
Come over, interact with it, press the interaction key, which is X. Come over here, quick leather, make some leather. Let's go ahead and make some leather strips while we're at it.
I could forge you a war good. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need.
And then you just come back here, and it's just a loop. And that's what essentially what game design is. It's just one eternal loop. Everything loops back around to repeat the process and find if something's broken or not broken. And if it is broken, then you gotta fix it. We're making a hide helmet, so we're going to go ahead and make a hide helmet. Come back over to him.
You the sneaky type? Huh. I should hire. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over
there. And we're doing the hide helmet. Come bring it back to him.
Iron or steel? You have talent. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you'll remember me when you're making Skyforge steel, huh?
So with the smithing, the Black Forge is the blacksmith forge is used for creating your weapons, your armor. If you remember, I spent a point in steel because I'm going to make the brawler steel gauntlets. Because what that does, it adds a bonus to your unarmed attacks. So now, not only are you going to be hitting harder right off the bat, because you get plus 15 to your attack. Now you add these on, and then it's an additional like 4 or 6, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on what the numbers are. If you know what the numbers are, if you could leave me a comment. And so now we go from 15 to 17, 18, 20, and we go to that with ease just by making a pair of gauntlets. And there's some other stuff over here that you can take. You can take the iron boots. You can take the steel dagger. Everything else is stealing, so we're not going to steal it. And then we'll continue on our way to Whiterun. We'll break down so this would be considered a third-person perspective. This would be a third-person perspective. This would be a first-person perspective. And then you've got the normal walk speed. And then you got the run speed, which then goes back to the normal walk speed. You have some character movement in yaw with the character turning, AI pathing. You got the sprinting, which if you see in the right hand side, it decreases the stamina, which making that system alone, it's not as easy as you would think. Like, yeah, you can purchase the assets to have it already done for you, and then it's all easy. But if you do it manually and do it yourself, it's not that easy.
Damn you.
And then we'll just go ahead and loot these guys because it's more loot, it's more money. Where'd that guy go? Oh, he died. Oh, well. Oh, nope, he didn't. He's right here. Hey, get back here so I can free you. I don't know why I'm freeing you.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm.
And then we'll go over here because, we're going to be going to the Golden Hills Plantation, which gives you a farm plot to grow herbs. And so we can get some free wheat. It'll give
Been
us.
looking for you. A letter. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
And of course, you got to deal with the typical people always coming up to try to give you something else to do or let you know that somebody's hunting you. The reason we want the hay is because hay and blisterwort make a healing potion. And then eventually we're going to be doing hay. We'll be doing creep cluster, more tapenalia, and blisterwort to drastically increase your alchemy quickly and to be able to make you money from the potions. I like to do all here because I'm already here, so why not? And then you got the Nin route, which is part of a quest. Now I've seen a lot of people save up a lot of money to get a horse or steal a horse or something like that. With the anniversary edition, you have the wild horses that you can run around and tame. And you just come up to this guy right here. You talk to him. You tell me you'd like to buy a wild horse map. It costs you 250 gold. That's why we collected all the stuff.
Right strong.
And these horses, they have better health, better stamina. They're more apt to fight for you instead of always running away. And right near Whiterun, there's actually the red mare that you can tame. And it's just going up to the horse, pressing X, and then you gotta ride it and stay on it until it's tamed. Wild horses will buck until tamed, stay mounted until they submit. If you are thrown, try again. Once tamed, you can add a saddle and rename them at any stable. Now, I loved when they added this because, like, I absolutely do not like the horses that you buy. They run out of stamina too quickly. They're too easy to kill. They're essentially just big scaredy cats. And then you just gotta find the horse where the horse went again, and just do it again until you've tamed it and it's yours. Um, I have had the occasional, like, glitch where you'll get bucked off and it'll kill you. That's a gameplay mechanic that they could fix. I don't think they necessarily always know that it's happening. There's people who have reported it, and like it hasn't been fixed, but it's been highly mitigated. I don't die a lot now while taming a horse, and just like that, I have a horse that is going to run a lot longer. It's not going to run out of stamina. It's going to allow me to pick up a lot of stuff and be overweight and hop back on it to be able to fast travel, which that's all mechanics that were built into the game. And then we're going to come up here to Whiterun because we need some materials, and we'll need someone who will be able to be in charge.
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Of the plantation once we got the plantation all set up.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords.
We don't need anything there. And while we're here, we're gonna stop in at the shop. She's open. We're gonna see if
about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any. You look rather pale. Take a look.
If she has any creep cluster and blister wart. Let's look for creep cluster first. She does not have no creep cluster right now. We will buy what blister wart she has, and then we'll come down here to potions. And we're not really using magic, so we're gonna just go ahead and sell these to her and buy some more blister wort. Does she have any more Tapinalia? No, she don't.
Come back anytime.
But that's okay, because where we're going, we'll get more Tapinalia. I was hoping she has creep cluster. Then we'll go in here, open the bannered mare.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here
did you need something?
Think you can go blade to blade? And why not? 100 gold says I knock your... Why don't you come back when you actually have 100 gold?
Oh yeah, I don't have 100 gold.
Good.
I gotta go talk to the shop and sell stuff. Actually, is Bellathor open? No, everybody's gonna be closed because it's nighttime. And that's a day-night cycle that is coded into the game. Shopkeepers are open from a specific time to a specific time. They usually open at 8 o'clock. I like to wait till around 10 o'clock because then I know they're out and about. I know the shops are open. I know they're going to be accessible. You just open warp 8 ends, and then you go in here and you sell some more
We've
stuff.
got small weapons as well as big. Mason, take a look.
What have you got for sale? We'll go into weapons. go ahead and sell all but one of those. Sell all the swords. Keep the arrow. Get rid of the dagger. Get rid of the longbow. Get rid of the 4 steel daggers because we're only using unarmed attacks and bows. 111. Sell all but one of these. So that we have stuff to enchant later.
Good doing business with you.
Now we got the 100 gold to go challenge her and fight. And then we'll go to the Halted Steam Camp where we can get all of the iron to smelt into iron ingots for the Golden Hills Plantation. And the only thing we had to buy for that
Want to
was
hear a little Nord wisdom?
the straw.
Keep walking, son. And why not? 100 gold says I knock your... Just fists. No weapons, no magic.
And with unarmed combat, with the Steel Brawlers gauntlets, this is actually really easy.
Another magic swat.
Even with it bumped up on difficulty.
Now that's what I call a punch. You got me. You're no liar. You're someone who can get things done. I like... Let's not waste any time.
And now she's a follower. Now you have someone right out the gate who you don't have to go and kill a dragon. You don't have to go and do any of that to have someone carry your items. They're essentially a free pack mule if you choose the route of the Khajiit. Then while we're here, we're also going to come up here to Dragon's Reach, discover it. We're going to take a right as soon as we get up there. We're going to go back to the jail because there's a quest that we can do that will give us free heavy Daedric armor right out the gate. And it's pretty simple, pretty easy. As long as you have the Skyrim Anniversary Edition, you can come in here, and right here on the table there's 2 books. The Death of a Crimson Dirk and the Crimson Dirks Volume 3. And then as soon as you pick up that first book, it starts Beyond the Grave. And then it'll want you to go to Falkreath where you're going to discover a body, but we'll do that a little later. We won't actually go in there because there's nobody that we need to talk to. And we will actually fast travel to the Whiterun stables, which that's something I absolutely love that they have in here. You don't have to run everywhere. How much gold do I have? I have 382. It costs $500 for armor for the horse. Let's go ahead and talk to the Khajiits and see if they have anything. What have you got for sale? Let's see if we can get up to the 500. You know what? This is all stuff that we can get more of. We can get more of that. I don't need those. We can get more of those later. We can get more of that later. And there we have it. Now we can come right over here to the the same guy we bought the wild horse map from.
Got them. A man like you needs a war horse, I reckon.
Tell him you'd like to
Of
register
course.
and rename your horse,
Only thing better than riding.
and then
Of
tell him you'd like
course.
to armor your horse. And for 500 gold, you can get steel or elven armor. Elven armor is better than the steel, so I just go with the elven armor. I also like the way it looks on the horse. Now, my horse has a name. His name's Glade, and I can ride him. And he's protected. He has armor. He's not invincible. He can still die,
Some come to buy.
but he'll be able to take a lot more. He'll be able to withstand a lot more, so he's not just gonna get hit by 5 wolves and be dead. And now why we're coming over here to the Halted Steam Camp is for all the iron. The pickaxe and some other items. I don't know what's chasing me. It's probably a wolf. Oh no, it's a saber. Go ahead and pull out this weapon here. Go ahead and use a skill arrow. So now we'll go ahead and we'll come back here.
That's your best, huh?
Yeah. Tombstone. Go ahead and search them. Thank you. Alright, come here, Glade. The Halted Steam Camp. You know, I'm going to talk to her.
Go on ahead. I'll stand guard. We going? What do you need to take?
I don't need to take nothing from you. Well, I am going to give the hunting bow to you, give the iron dagger to you, give the longbow to you, keep that, we'll keep that. Remember, she's our little pack mule. So she's gonna pack everything for us.
I'll be right here then.
Weapons, we'll go ahead and favorite Now we put all of those points in, so now we can run right over that.
What was that?
Lucky hit.
Time to end this little game.
Wow. So normally I would come through and I'd pick
Gotta have a
every
sharp
one of these
axe to
guys
cut through
off.
all that.
Never should have come
Mine. You're not baby. Like an old horse first. Pray to Stendar while you can.
And just like that, now we have upgraded to steel armor, steel cuff boots, steel gauntlets.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
Usually you don't get that here. Usually you get it somewhere else. Now I forgot to grab the pickaxe for all of the iron that lies within this mine. We won't set off booby traps so we can walk right over them. We don't have to try to avoid them. That's the bonus about the little glitch in the beginning, or glitch, or the whatever you would call it. Oh, I should not have triggered that. I don't know why I triggered it. Maybe it's because I wasn't sneaking. And when you're all said and done mining everything in here, you should have anywhere between 47 to 50 iron, I believe it is. Okay, so we got that one. We got that one. We got that one. There's another one right underneath here, underneath the table. I mean the bench. Now in game design, this is what would be considered a dungeon. It would be kind of like a quest, because you enter through a door and then there's enemies enemies to kill, and there's loot, and there's obviously a bandit chief here, so this is part of a quest line, and through that, you can either find that quest line and do this naturally, or you can just come in here whenever you want, re-kill all these guys once they do respawn. We'll go ahead and take these because we'll need a mammoth tusk. We'll go to take the snouts. We already looted that back there. Right, correct. Yeah. And then there's another iron vein right here. And so, like, each of these bags, like, they're just not coded to be placed. They're not painted in. Like, each of the bags is hand placed, and then some of them have to be rotated with the tool in either Unreal Engine, Unity, whatever software that they use to design Skyrim. They have to manually place them, turn them. Now, is there potential that there's stuff that can be coded to change, alter, stuff like that? I'm pretty sure there is. But I haven't seen any, so I can't say for yes for certain. And then each of these rocks is coded with a bigger blueprint behind it to say, okay, how many hits it takes, how much ore you get, how much life is left. Which their mining system, they could have made it way better. They could have. They could have made a separate type of axe system where you can actually like purchase a mine and be able to mine certain things out of. Be able to spend more money to buy a gold mine or a silver mine. Or let's say you're somebody who really likes blacksmithing. They could have made it to where you could purchase your own blacksmith shop, been able to upgrade it, buy an iron mine, or kind of like a mine that has a different variety of ores. The more you pay, the better type of mine you get, and then you could turn around and invest that into your blacksmithing to be able to turn around and make weapons, armor, stuff like that, and be able to sell to other people. I think they could have easily done that. I think it's something that could have been obtainable if a little bit more effort was put into it. Not saying there wasn't a lot of effort put into this game, because there was a lot of effort. There was a lot of hard work put into this, and I know there is because I am a game designer. I am currently working on finishing up a tabletop game that I've been working on, and then I've also been working in Unreal Engine on creating a first-person shooter / stealth assassination parkour game to broaden my horizon, to get more of an understanding of a knowledge of all of this stuff. So I know how much time and effort it takes to just alone code the character, code the health, code the stamina, codes of mana, creating the inventory system, creating classes for your armor, heavy armor, light armor, whether it's a shield or a dagger, putting every list into its own tier. I I understand more, so now I'm not just like always in the mind frame of like, oh, okay, I can make this better. I was like, instead, I'm like, okay, how can I add to this and make it better? I'm not just like, okay, well, that's crap, because I understand what it takes. I understand what they're going through. I understand it's not as cut and dry and as simple as it seems. Like, yeah, there's an easy path and there's a hard path for everything, and I'm going more of a hard path, going through a Gorka Games tutorial and doing it and learning it that way, instead of just going and purchasing a template that I can just automatically use. Like these traps, for instance. Like, I haven't done anything with traps yet, but when I was going to school at Full Sail University, we had to make a level where it was harder to get across something. You had to make these moving platforms to jump across, and you, you had to make a puzzle aspect out of it. And so
We going? What do you need to take?
I don't instantly dismiss whether a mechanic's good or not, or if it can be better. I look at it on how can I build upon that mechanic, because that mechanic's already good. Like Skyrim alone is a good game. Like, it's awesome. Like, I love playing it. Could it be better? Yes. How could it be better? Skyrim could be multiplayer, where you can go on quests with people, you can sell stuff to other people, you can interact with other people. They don't necessarily have to make it per se PvP, because not everybody likes a PvP game. I don't like PvP games. I absolutely hate PvP games. But I'm not just going to dismiss them outright. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean one of you watching doesn't like it. It could add a different challenge, a unique set of circumstances, something different that
I'll be right here.
I haven't seen. It might be fun to some people. It might not be fun to other people. So for a while there, like, I stopped playing video games because, like, I dreaded it, because I was always picking it apart. I was always seeing what could be better, or like why that mechanic doesn't work, and why this mechanic works, and whether it's like pay to play or just a number of things. Like, I went into it with a mindset that I shouldn't have had when I started it, and it hurt playing games. Like, it really did. And then I was always trying to put myself on the tier with other people, and I'm an indie indie game developer. I don't have a team behind me. I don't have a coder. I don't have a 3D animator. I don't have an animation specialist. Like, I don't have any of that. So, like, is it going to be hard for me as an indie game developer to compete with those people? Yes, it is. It's going to be hard for one person to do it. Can one person make a AAA game? Yes, they can. It's all about the mind mentality and the focus behind it. If you set out to say, I'm going to make a bigger, badder, better version of Skyrim as an indie game studio,
We going?
that's a tall ask. It's a very
Lead the
tall
way.
ask. And so, in the game designer's mind, it's best not to compare yourself with someone like Bethesda or Treyarch or Rockstar. It's better not to compare yourself with people like that, because you're setting yourself up for failure. Can you achieve it? Yes. Is it realistic? No. Should you start with a big old sprawling open world RPG like Skyrim? For some people, yes. For some people, that's okay. They have the mindset for it. They have the
We've got
patience.
small weapons as well as big.
But
Maces, daggers.
it's not going to
Take
be
a look.
done in 6 months. It's not going to be done in a year. Like, it's going to be done in 3-4 years. And
Good
that's
doing business with you.
and that's
We've stopped.
because
What is it?
you're doing everything. You're doing the sound animations, you're doing the sound effects, you're doing the particle effects, you're
What do you need to take?
doing everything. Let her keep her
Lead
battle
on, then.
axe.
Most of our weapons were crafted by the finest weapons and armor.
And so, if you start small, if you start with something small and you can scale it and build upon it and build upon it, then when you get that small project done and you release it and you get people playing it and you get insight and you get feedback, that tells you what you need to change, how you need to change it, if you need to change it. I had to take a step back and relook at what I was considering doing, because I was trying to go all out. I was trying to be on par with Bethesda and Treyarch and Rockstar and all those people. I was wanting to be just like them. And I got burnt out. I got stressed out. I started like, oh, well, okay, like, is this worth it? Like, and once I got in the mindset that I'm not competing with them, I'm competing with myself, I got back into it. I scaled my projects down. Instead of making a full on massive MMO RPG, I'm making a small little third person shooter with parkour mechanics with speed runs, speed trials. Something small, something simple to start.
All right then.
And so to break it all down, like X the open war maidens, that's an input action. That's something that has to be coded in to
Got some
talk
good pieces out here if you're looking to
talk
buy.
to
More inside.
Adrian. That's something that needs to be coded. To use the forge, it's something that needs to be coded. It's an interact. And then to use like the smelter, like for the longest time, I didn't know the smelter was a useful tool in this game. Coding the NPCs to follow and give them multiple choice selection for interaction and dialogue. That's all coded. That's all hand typed, handwritten. It's it's scripted, creating the image on the screen with the value and the way, you know, that it's UI and code, and it's something a lot of people don't take into account when it comes to game design, is what all actually goes into it. Like this is a inventory system for the blacksmith forge, and each tab has something specific that you can make in it, as long as you have the specific building materials for it. Like for the hinge example, it requires an iron ingot. I have 55 of them because I mined up all that iron and smelted it in the in the smelter. Now I'm gonna create like 6 hinges, I believe. We'll do 6 iron fittings, 1 lock. We'll do so many nails. And this is all to go towards going to the Golden Hills Plantation. Now, every single one of these is coded and scripted. Like, if you have the 2 leather strips and the leather, you can make the brawler's hide bracers. If you have the 3 leather strips and the 4 leather, you can make the hide armor. If not, it doesn't let you. That's all coded. That's all programmed in. And the image shown up there, like, it still has some form of coding behind it, whether it's blueprinted through Unreal Engine blueprint system or it's hard coded. And then having the light armor, which is the classic type of armor, the armor rating. It has a specific armor rating. It has a class that's called upon to display all of it. And then just like with the tanning rack's the same way. You have one wolf pelt, you can make 1 leather. You have 8 leather, so each piece of leather makes 4 leather strips. And so it's all coded, it's all programmed, it's all broken down, just like with the grindstone. do you have this
Some good pieces
requirement
out here if
to
you lie.
improve
More
this, or
inside.
do you have that requirement to improve that? And then the next episode, we're going to go ahead and journey to the Golden Hills Plantation, where we're going to get into getting the plantation all set up, getting it generating profits, building up that alchemy, and so on and so forth. And but thank you all for watching. And if you have any suggestions for me to include in my next video, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you next week on Wednesday. Hope you all have a good night, and I will see you later.